is Kelley Williamson, and I want to welcome you back. We're actually going to feature another recipe out of Dr. Neal Barnard's Breaking the Food Seduction. So this is a book that we've actually featured before, so here's another great, fancy, fun recipe that we're going to actually go through. And let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so what we're going to make is we're going to make date and walnut balls. So, sounds kind of interesting a little bit, but it's really, really good, and it's good for you. And these are good for, say, lunches, or if you got that kind of afternoon craving. So, what we do is we have 1 1/4 cups of the walnuts. And so you'll notice here that I've got whole walnuts, or basically half walnuts, and then I've got some crushed walnuts. So what I did is I already put those through the food processor, so you don't have to watch that going through. So with these, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them on the board really quick. And I'm going to do a rough chop. I don't have a knife.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to just do a rough chop of them. So you don't want really the big pieces, you want more of the little small pieces. So the pieces probably need to be about this big. So just kind of keep them chopped up a little bit. Just takes a minute or so. Walnuts are one of those things that you really want to have around a lot because they're good in salads, they're good in, if you've ever had some wild rice and you want to have something a little crunchy in, they're absolutely wonderful warmed up in wild rice with some carrots and some celery and some other things in them. So I always keep them around, and what I usually do is I keep them when I buy them at the store. I usually keep them in a bag and I put them in the refrigerator, so that way you can keep them around a lot longer. Because if you ever notice and stuff when you keep them in your cabinets and they tend to, and you have the weather changes and things change, they don't seem to keep very long. So, and it ends up happening a lot of times. You end up having to throw them out to the squirrels or throw them in the trash. So, all right, so a rough chop. So we'll leave those there, and we'll go ahead and put those in the bowl. Really fast, really easy. Then you have your dates. So you want to make sure that there's no pits in the dates. So you can get these at pretty much all of your stores. You can buy the whole ones like this if you want to. If you don't want to do the whole ones and you want to do the little chunks, you can do that. But you just want to make sure that they're really moist. So it's about it's basically a ½ a pound. So one of your little plastic dishes that you get, or the plastic containers, usually is about ½ a pound. So this is just a little over ½ a pound. So I'll just pull a couple of those out. And then I'm going to dump it into a food processor. So that's all you need to do with that. And then what you do is put it in the food processor. Take the little top out so you have for the water. And then what you're going to do is you're going to make this into a paste. So you're going to add anywhere between 4 and 5 tablespoons of water while it's going. And you want to make it where it's just kind of a paste, but not where it's really moist and runny. So we're going to get that. So that was 5 tablespoons of hot water. Let's see what it's doing. A little bit more. It looks like it needs, it's still a little chunky. Add 1 more tablespoon of water. Take a look at that. It's getting very, very pasty. I'm going to just kind of push it down a little bit so we can make sure that we don't have any of the pieces. If you do hear the dogs barking, those are my little friends. They like to tell me everything that's going on in the neighborhood. Alright, that should be right. Set this over here. Alright, so you'll notice it just looks almost like a creamy paste. So go ahead and pull the blade out. Shake off any of the goodies that are on there. And then scrape it out. Doesn't look like it gives you a lot, but that's definitely, you only need the ½ pound of that. If you want to make a double recipe, then of course you just want to go ahead and get a pound. Just a couple of little packets of them. They smell really good. Alright. So then what I'm going to do is I just mix the two up. So I've got the walnuts in there and I've got the dates. So you just kind of mix them up. And one of the other things you can do that you could, if you wanted to, you could put some other types of dried fruit in here. So if you want just the dates, which tend to be really sweet, but you want to have something that maybe is a little bit more tart, you could throw cherries in. You could throw in apricots, any of those type of different things. So it just comes to a little paste like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab the bowls. You're going to grab this here. So you're going to grab, this is the walnuts and stuff. This is probably about a ¼ cup, maybe a little bit more. Just been shredded up nice and finely. So you're going to grab one of these. You're going to make it into a little ball. And then you're going to roll it into the little walnuts. Shredded walnuts. Put it on a plate. Let's do a couple of those. Very easy, very quick. And then when you're done with these, what you're going to do to make them, because they're a little bit soft right now, to harden them up a little bit, just to make them where they're a great little treat that you could take in a plastic bag or in a bowl or something to work, you could actually just put them in the refrigerator and just for a couple, it's like a couple hours and stuff. Pull them out when you need it, and they're ready to go. Let's just do a few more of those. Fast, easy, absolutely nutritious. It's absolutely wonderful. These are really, really good. I've actually put apricots and dried peaches in these also. Wonderful. It's one of these good things to have around. So when you're coming home, you're craving, you're tired for the rest of the day, let's do one more. What a nice thing to pull out, grab them out of the refrigerator, take a couple of these and stuff, eat them while you're cooking dinner and getting things ready, so that way you're not tempted to grab those chips or anything else that happens to be around the house. Alright. Alright, so with that, we have, and you have to excuse my hands, but we actually have the walnut balls. They're all ready to go. And if you put them in the fridge and stuff, they're ready to go for the next few days. So have a great afternoon, have a great rest of your week, and we'll join you at the next video. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye-bye.